Bugeli, watching a very live broadcast of Yilungelo Lakho. It's your right. Sithi nje sanibona nonke emakhaya namhlanje siyazi ukuthi ninethezekele emakhaya nisagubha phela iphasika kwaze kwamnandi ukuba nani ngalolu suku. Mina ke ngu-Alisha intokazi yakajali ngithi nje happy holidays, niphephe nibuyele kahle phela emakhaya nasemsebenzini. Ukhumbule Mbukeli, emva kwesikhashana ngizokupha phela nawe ithuba lokuthi ubambe iqhaza odabeni lethu la namhlanje. You can call us, tweet us, email us. Kodwa manje asihlale phezulu kodaba lethu. Mbukeli, National Credit Act ayenzele ukuthi phela ivikele amalungelo abantu baseningizimu Afrika kulabo ababolekisa ngezimali phela ngendlela engekho emthethweni nalabo abenza ukukhwabanisa kulomkhakha. Ingxenye ke yalomthetho ibithi labo ababolekisa ngemali badinga ukuthi baqale ngokuthi babheke ukuthi wena uzokwazi yini ukusikhokha leso sikweleti sakho ngokuthi bakufuna izinto ezifana noma payslip, ama bank statement, baphinde futhi benze nama credit check kuma credit bureau ngaphambi ukuthi bakunike leso sikweletu. Lesi sinqumo ke sasenzele ukuvikela umthengi, kodwa ke siqeda ukususwa inkantolo ephezulu yaseKapa phecelezi iCape High Court, lapho izitolo ezintathu zacela ukuthi inkantolo ifisuse lesi sidingo emthethweni futhi ke baliwinile leli cala. Lokhu ke yikho abafike bakusho enkantolo bathi kubo ukuthi lesi sidingo lesi sokubheka ukuthi wena uzokwazi na ukukhokha isikweletu sisho ukuthi labo abasebenza imisebenzi yezikhathi ezimfushane ama part-time jobs noma laba abasebenza kodwa bangena ama payslip or ama contracts or even ama account emabhange, kusho ukuthi bona ngeke bakwazi phela ukuthenga ngezikweletu. Kodwa ke ngabe lokhu kuyisinqumo esilungile emalungelweni abantu noma ngabe isibuyisele emuva? Ake sibheke nanku umbiko.
Imboleko mali okanye ukunikwa kwecredit egqithisileyo kubathengi abangenayo indlela yokuyibhatala kubeke abathengi abaninzi emngciphekweni. Abathengi abaninzi bazibona bethenjelwa ngenxa yokungakwazi ukufeza izigqibo abazenzileyo nosomashishini. uPatrick Muletsane nomlingani wakhe uThandi Mohanwe ngabanye abathengi ababandakanyekayo kule meko. Kunyaka ka-2015 enye yevenkile ezinkulu zefurniture yalapha eMzantsi Afrika yafika kumandla waseDaveyton ivulisa abathengi i-account. Kowaka Muletsane nomlingani wakhe i-account leyo yaphumelela emveni kweminyaka emibini. Kunamhlanje batsala nzima ukubhatala ityala abalenzayo.
Ngempela uma ngiya lapho ngiyayibona ivan yakaLouis ivele nomvula nangokhona nowayesakhuluma akasangisi ebranchini. Sikamkhiphela i-catalog, khona i-catalog yabo lenkulu le ngathi incwadi sabo iBhayibheli kanje. Ngikhiphela yona vela ngiyayikhetha ifridge akunankinga. Okay, sisinomvula installment kuba imalini contract. No, ningawari ngecontract. Izothi udriver uma aletha impahla uzoza necontract eze anitshele neinstallment ngoba ngizokhona ukuthi ngicalculate uma ngifika eshop le installment yena. Ano ngempela kunankinga siyahlukana ngisele endlini 3 days 2 days nazi impahla ziyafika no driver.
Ngensuku ezintathu bengahlolwanga ukuba bayakwazi na ukumelana netyala elo. Impahla yafika kwaMoletsane kodwa i-contract yona azange ibekho.
Ukuthola kwethu from ku head office is 1408. Sathi 1.5 installment. Asiyazi balance ukuthi imali lesikweletayo ngoba I think asina contract. Awekho ama document ele wafunwa lapha. The only document ele yafunwa is i-ID copy yakhe i-account holder lana ukuthi noma kuze i-ID copy yabona iyo kuphela into ele yafuna. I-payslip azange yafunwa, 3 months bank statement the way sijwayele ngakhona zange zafuna lezo zinto lezo.
Nangona lo mthetho wokwenza i-credit assessment phambi kokuba ufumane imali mboleko ubusebenza kakuhle, iivenkile ezinkulu zakweli ziphikisene nawo kwinkundla yamatyala zisithi uhlolo lwabathengi kubenzela nzima. Inkundla yamatyala iphumelelise isicelo sezivenkile nangona bekhona abo abathengi bakwaziyo ukuzisa ii-payslips kunye nezitatement zebhanka. Kukho uluvo oluthi lo mthetho ka-2005 ubungavumeli abathengi abathile bathathe inxaxheba kwisimo sezoqoqosho. Abo baneenkampani zabo kunye nabo bawufumanayo umrholo rhoqo ngenyanga kodwa bangakwaziyo ukuzisa impepha ezifanelekileyo. Ezi venkile zixoxe ukuba lo mmiselo uzoba luncedo kubathengi kwaye ukwazi nokukhusela abathengi ekusebenziseni imali mboleko okanye i-credit account ngendlela efanelekileyo. Buchule Phuthini, Yilungelo Lakho.
Masibonga kakhulu ke ngalo mbiko esudidele intokazi ubuchile Phuthini. Isitolo ke sempahla iLuwesi iziphikile izinsolo kulombiko esiqeda ukuzwa manje. And ukungena kudaba lethu la namhlanje masamukele uSalem Gyafta ovela kwi-Credit Ombudsman's Office. Sinaye noBaba Lesiba Mashapa yena ke uvela kwi-National Credit Regulator. Besimeme nabakwa-National Credit Regulator kulelu hlelo ocingweni sizoba noThemba noLutshuba oyena ke ovela kwi-Free Market Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, what a pleasure. Good afternoon and happy Easter Monday.
Happy Easter.
Hi, sanibonani njani?
Siyaphila.
Siyaphila. Look, we saw the insert there. Salema usichazele kabanzi ngokuthi kahle kahle abantu bayayazi kahle kahle le ndaba yale case ukuthi kwenzakalani.
Abantu sisi esikubonileyo ukuthi uyazi xa ungumuntu ufuna into wambe uyofaka isicelo whether ufuna imoto kanye indlu kanye loan whatever it is. Umuntu into esengqondweni yakho yinto yokuba mina ndifuna lento ndiyifunayo. Eyokuba ndizawufunwa amaphepha athile, ndizawufuna into ezithile, ndizawukhangelwa njalo njalo. If londo leyo guarantees ukuba ndizayifumana lanto, fine.
So be it.
Kodwa uba izawundisokolisa, ndithanda ukuba noko ndibe ngathi ndiyachasana nayo. So iyo ke ingxaki esesiyibona kubathengi baseMzantsi Afrika. But into abangayiqondiyo kukubaluleka kwezi zinto zifunwe nezi checks eziye zenziwe kuqala ngoba ekugqibeleni lanto incedwa kwawena. Ngoba xa uzawusindwa lityala ngoku ngoba into eninzi sisi esiyibonayo into kuba umuntu uyagcina uba okay ndizawubhatala installment ethile ayenze nje ibudget enhloko acimba hayi mandinokwazi uyibhatala lanto forgetting ukuba kusekho abantwana mhlawumbe endlini kufuneka uphile every day kukho ukutya njalo njalo yonke lanto le nezinto ziyanyuka every month nale installment uyixelelwe ibuza ibhatala mhlawumbe inganyuka kunyaka zayo. So into ebalulekileyo into yokuba abantu bazi ukuba xa kusithiwa kufuna amaxwebhu athile kufuna ukwenziwa i-checks esithile kukuvikela umthengi lo ukuba ngomso ungazodibana nengxaki phambili.
But Lesiba, you know, maybe let's backtrack here a little bit. Osichazele kabanzi ngale case. Othi ngichazele umbukeli la kabanzi. Apparently 3 retail stores bahambile baya enkantolo bawucela ukuthi lo mthetho lo it's actually discriminating against labantu abangena amalokhuzana formal means of employment. Osichazele kabanzi si understand le case baba.
Yeah. What I can say is that the clothing retailers, what we know is that many of them were opening store accounts for consumers without verifying whether consumers would have the income to repay those accounts. So the reason why this regulation was introduced is that every credit provider in South Africa, before they lend you money, they must check whether you have income to repay the debt. And that's very important because currently we have higher levels of consumer over-indebtedness in the country, with thousands of consumers applying for credit, for debt cancelling every month. So it shows you that the pressure on consumers currently is very immense. And as part of the government, we decided to introduce this regulation. Unfortunately, the court had to balance the right of access to credit by consumers who are informally employed against the need to prevent reckless lending and borrowing. And that's where they found that the regulation could be discriminatory
Yeah.
for consumers that are unbanked.
Let's talk about those pointers that they were saying. They say that it discriminates against people abangenayo formal employment. It reduces a number of abantu that can be credit active, and it also ignored that many people don't have a bank account. Babulesibo.
We do acknowledge that we have a very large informal sector of the economy,
Yeah.
with many consumers who are not in a position to receive pay slips or have not opened bank accounts.
Not credit active, in other words. Yeah.
They are currently credit active because before we introduced these regulations, there was no particular requirements for them to produce these documents. But we believe that government should move towards encouraging people to formalizing their income through opening bank statements. I mean, bank accounts, so that their incomes can be formalized. They can build banking histories, which can then be used to access financial services, not only credit.
You know, I'm going to ask both of you this question. Is this now, and I mentioned this in the opening of Ilokozani intro, is this ruling a setback or a victory for who? For consumers or ababolekisa ngemali, Salem? Ubani ojabulayo actually in this space?
Ungayijonga kabini sisi, because ekuqaleni xa ujonga from icala lika credit provider, it means now uyavuleleka, which means naba ke ngoku bebengakwazi ukuthi baze bazo-aplya kuba kaloku umthetho ubusithi kufuneka uzile namaxwebhu abonisayo ukuba nantsi imali oyirholayo, abonisayo okanye i-bank statement etshoyo ukuthi nantsi imali engenayo. You know, so aba bantu aba bebevalelekile ngaphandle. So ngoku bavulelekile ukuthi baze ke ngoku nabo bakwazi ukuthi bafake izicelo zamatyala. Ngelinye xa uyijonga kwelinye icala uyicinga from icala lokuba mhlambi ke ngoku kunganzinyana ukuthi umuntu aphinda abuye azothi lanto kuthiwa yi-reckless lending. Ndiyibolekwe le mali recklessly okanye ezinto ngokuba ke ngoku sithi uthi wena no ndirhola imali ethile but siyiprova kanjani xa ungawazisi lamaxwebhu lana. So I think it all depends wethu uba umuntu uyijonga njani yena, because on the one side credit provider uyavuya because kuvulelekile ngokuba abantu
more
baze.
customers are coming, yes.
Ewe, nomnye uconsumer naye uthi hayi mos noko izingathi ukunyenya kancinci ngoku irules zokuba ndikwazi ukuthi kodwa uyazifaka na okanye ithini into, ngoba into esiyibonile eMzantsi Afrika into yokuba abantu bana into yokuba xa ndisematyaleni ndifuna ukuphuma mandihambe ndiyoboleka elinye ityala ndizokwazi ukuthi ndivale amanye amatyala. Yisolution leyo? Andiqinisekanga.
Uthini wena Bhutlesibe, is this a victory for consumers or is a setback after yonke le mizamo enizamile ukuthi niyenze to make sure that those credit affordability checks were actually conducted in order ukuthi abantu bangangena ey'kweletini that they can't afford?
It's very difficult to justify how this judgment can be a victory for either consumers or credit providers.
Or the credit providers.
Because what is important is we need to promote and protect the sustainability of the credit market.
True.
And for the credit market to function properly, there should be responsible lending and borrowing. If we have too many consumers that are being given credit without their incomes being verified or validated, the risk is that credit providers will suffer massive financial losses, because you could have huge debts that people will be unable to repay because they just simply didn't have the income to repay. At the same time, we understand the imperative that for those consumers currently who have no bank accounts, we need to find ways in which whatever income that they generate can be validated.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be very difficult, I must say, to find the middle ground.
So Ubabulesibe is saying this actually creates more work for you. Ubanzo bensetlisha is it dispute Salem, I don't fancy you. Mbukeli masibambe lapho sithi shelele ngaseyitolo. Please join us after this ad break. Indaba iyaqhubeka after that. Sikwamukele futhi mbukele ukhumbuleke usungalibamba-ke iqhaza nawe udabeni lethu ngokuthi ushayele ucingo la studio. Inamba zethu sayivuliwe 011-714-6918, alternatively 011-714-6919. Ungathumela i-email ayikakashintshi i-address yethu isathi consumer@sabc.co.za. Siyatholakala futhi ku-Facebook naku-Twitter. All right, I'm hoping to have uButhemba, as I promised earlier on, uThemba Noluntshungu, who comes from organization yona-ke abayibiza i-Free Market Foundation. Buthemba, are you on the line with us? All right, Themba is not yet on the line with us, but let's continue with what we were talking about earlier on. Salem, let's understand. I mean, do you think, no, actually, let me go back to Ubabule Seba. Ubabule Seba, we understand that you guys are going to actually challenge or appeal the court's ruling. Tell us about that.
Yeah, when we went through the judgment, we realized that the judge, we believe, has made a mistake. The clothing retailers were challenging a part of the regulation.
Yes, a section
that relates to customers who have no bank accounts or are not formally employed and cannot produce payslips. But if you look at this judgment, it removes all the requirements from the regulations for income verification, even for consumers who are formally employed and can produce bank statements. So we believe that in this respect, the judge was incorrect. And that part of the judgment, we believe, should be appealed.
All right, I understand we do have uButhemba Noluntshungu on the line with us from Free Market Foundation. Buthemba, so a very good afternoon to you. Do you think this ruling is a step in the right direction or a back step for our consumers in this country?
Yeah, I'll tell you what we have to consider is that the people who need loans tend to be always the people who operate small businesses or on an individual basis, people who don't have that much capital. These are the people who need the loans. So anything that makes it difficult for lenders like the financial institutions, banks included, if it makes it difficult for them to lend money out to people who do not have any security in order to be able to access loans, then it means that the situation discriminates against such people. And these will be largely sort of the poor people, not the very, very wealthy people. And also within the business sector, it will be the people who operate small businesses. They are the ones who need loans the most. And so any policy measure, any regulations that make it difficult for the lenders, for the lending institutions like banks to forward loans to this category of people, that's going to discriminate against them. It's going to make it difficult for them to have loans.
But then,
that's my comment.
But what do you say then to the notion that a lot of people are saying this then amounts to reckless lending, and then we'll see all these consumers over-indebted once again because we've opened them up to this possible credit now?
Okay, I'll tell you what. When it comes to reckless lending, people must always question as to what that means, what that is about, because before we had any tightening of the financial institutions in terms of to whom they can lend money to, there was the people were able to access loans that they needed. And so if you tell me that was reckless lending generally, then it is something that is not factual. What I can say is the banks in the past have always been able to assess on their own as to whether a person was creditworthy or not. And so now it's become very, 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 very difficult for them to lend out because there will be repercussions if it is determined that they have lent out money to people that the regulator feels were not creditworthy. Now, the strange thing that happens, which manifests this problem, is that the people who are creditworthy are the ones who keep having, being offered loans. And you find, for example, that the people are creditworthy. They are the ones who receive the SMSs. They are the ones who receive emails that extend loans to them. So you don't find that in the situation currently as a result of these policy measures and regulations, you don't find a situation where the people who really desperately need the loans in order to expand their businesses or
don't
attend
have access,
to personal circumstances which might be financially challenging, such as, for example, there's a death in the family, and there needs to be money for them in order to ensure that they are able to carry out the funeral. That does not happen.
All right,
because it is immensely difficult now for this category of people to access loans.
All right, Butemba, before I let you go, just a quick one then. I'm going to read you some of the clues that were given here, but I want to hear from you if you're suggesting an alternative way to check the affordability of a consumer that is applying for credit. What do you think are some of those ways that, the banks and retailers could use? I see here, apparently, income verification standards, checks with credit bureaus for historical defaults and determining consumers' discretionary income after deductions. Do you think these are going to work? Because it seems like whether people do bring in pay slips or not, it's just not a guarantee that they are going to pay that loan.
Yeah, I agree with you on this latter part of the statement that you are making. But the point is, there's a whole lot of people out there, especially in the townships and other communities, who are self-employed and therefore do not have any income slips or pay slips whatsoever. So that's a whole group of people that's going to be prejudiced as a result of this. And this is the case also with people operating for small informal businesses where there are no cash slips, pay slips that they generate, because that's not necessary. But the point is, these very same people, this very same category of people, are the ones who really need access to loans, and so they are prejudiced.
All right, Mr. Nolunjongo, thank you so much for your time, sir. I just want to bring it back to studio. What do you think about those comments, Salim?
Okay, uyavakala ubhuti ne, especially xa sithi just because as checks zenziwe doesn't guarantee uba umuntu uzayibhatala ityala. But at least umthengisi okanye umbolekisi imali has done the necessary checks and balances. At least ukujonga ukuthi umuntu uya afforda na.
So they've done the end of that.
And also kaloku ucinga phambi kokuba umnike umuntu lento ayifunayo, uyajonga kuqala ukuthi ezinye izivenkile neebhanka nezinye uzibhatele njani. So at least uyayifumana noko la idea yokuba ungumuntu obhatala njani. Ewe isimo somuntu singatshintsha angakwazi ubhatala okanye kuvele enye into mhlambi embangela bangakwazi ubhatala, but at least uyawajonga wabona ukuba lo muntu lona given yonke lento asinike yona ingeniso yakhe ne-account anazo njalo njalo, noko ungumuntu othi xa enesivumelwano nomthengisi abhatale ngexesha, abhatale every month njalo njalo. So at least eza checks eziyana ziyanceda ukuba uzijonge i-spending patterns zomuntu. Ungumuntu othanda mhlambi i-loan, ungumuntu othanda i-credit card, ungumuntu othanda impahla, okanye ngumuntu mhlambi one-balance e-right, unendlu, unemoto, mhlambi ne-account eyi-1 yempahla, mhlambi ne-cellphone eyi-1, une-balance. Uyakwazi uzijonga zonke ezaa zinto eziyana, nalapho aye khona ayofaka izicelo, laa nto kuthiwa zi-enquiries. Uyakwazi nojonga phaa uba hayi mani, lo mntu lona kule veki iphelileyo ebekule ndawo ithile, kule veki iphelileyo usendaweni ethile, namhlanje ulapha ufaka izicelo njalo njalo. So uyazibona zonke ezaa zinto eziyana.
Credit activeness.
Iyakupha nawe idea yokuba ngumntu onjani lona, i-risk yam kulo mntu ingakanani, ngoba kaloku nenzala ozawuthi umcharge yona lo mntu.
But the retailers, Salim, are saying it's the pay slips and the bank statements that are the issue. They're not saying we don't want to do an affordability assessment on an individual.
Yeah, ndiyayiva loo nto leyo. So xa mna ndinofika ndithi ndirhola u-R100, uzawundazela apho uba ndirhola u-R100 nyani na?
All right, Salem, let's leave it there. We're going to try and prove that point after the short break. Mbukeli yashisa-ke manje indaba. Bamba ucingo lakho 011-714-6918 or 714-6919. We're going to catch your calls shortly after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back, and ubheke uhlelo Yilungelo Lakho on a beautiful Monday. Ngiyazi abaningi bahlele emakhaya, usungashayela kucingo la e-studio ku 011-714-6918 or 714-6919. Noma uvakashele our Facebook page, usilandele njengesithunzi sethu lapha ku Twitter. I do have our very first caller on the line, uNcedile, all the way from Valmeran's Start. Uncedile, a very good afternoon to you. Nsizwa, happy Easter Monday. Kunjani kwena?
Yeah, ngikhona sis.
Siyaphila nsizwa.
Yeah, sis Alicia, I want to talk about those foreigners shop here. You know, they're targeting our old people. Our old people will go there and buy a furniture from their shop there. But when they didn't pay, they will come and take their furniture without anything. And especially, another thing, you know, there's no guarantee. You can buy something today. If tomorrow is going to be broken, there's no guarantee.
How? Abenzini ama affordability checks labantu wena but Ncedile?
No, abayenzi into lenjalo. Abantu bayagena bayathenga, but it's one day guarantee. If tomorrow that's going to be broken.
Manje uthini Nsizwa, uma uthenga kulesa sitolo sabo ufika uthenge nje bakunika into akunalutho esayinwayo, no, like how does it happen?
No, you will tell something.
Yeah.
Bayabhala bathi it's one day guarantee. So abantu abadala bayathenga bone because of they want that thing. You don't think that they are cheap from that shop.
Okay.
Tomorrow when that thing going to be broken, there's nothing like that.
Okay.
They're not going to help you.
Siyabonga-ke but Ncedile. Do you understand ukuthi uNcedile is here bringing up a very interesting element to this, because I don't even think basically sayibheka netatule sibe the foreign traders side of things. I mean, does this ruling affect them as well?
It will affect all institutions and people who provide credit.
Okay.
And it could be that you are not lending money, you're giving people goods out of your store on credit.
Okay.
That will be giving them credit. But in terms of the law, you need to be registered as a credit provider to be able to provide credit. And
now, do you hear what he's saying? He's saying when you buy at these foreign shops, they tell you that you have a one-day guarantee. I've never heard of anything like that, Babule Sib.
Yeah, it looks to me like it's maybe guarantee on the goods and the products that are being sold.
Yeah.
Which, if, for example, it's a television set or a washing machine, it will be the manufacturer's warranty. That if the device is broken, then they can fix it.
How does this work, Salem?
Into endifuna uyitsho before I even get to this point is that abantu kubalekile into yokuba phambi kokuba ungene uyothenga kwivenkile khakukhangele manesa sticker si-orange and white sibhalwe NCR, ngokuba kaloku esa sticker esiyana ixesha elininzi siso esiyana esikuchazelayo ukuba apha aba bantu aba barejistarishiwe. As a result, nantoni na engacacanga eyenzekayo uyakwazi ukuthi uhambe uyobaxela ukuba apha bathi no refund, apha bathi no return, into ezinjalo, into ezinje ezi-snacks ezingacacanga. Ixesha elininzi thina asijonge apho kuvuliweyo khona ingathi kuyathengiswa kuyafumaneka izinto khona siyangena khona. Xa sesipha phakathi ngoku sifuna ukukhala, you know, ngoba ikhona imiqathango ebekwayo ngumthetho ethi into ezithile azivumelekanga, into ezithile ezivumelekile. That is why your first point qinisekisa into yokuba aba bantu aba babhalisiwe no-National Credit Regulator, ngoba nguye umntu oqinisekisayo ukuba aba bantu babhalisiweyo bahamba ngokomthetho. Nawe xa unengxaki yento oyithengileyo kungasahambi kahle uyakwazi uphinde uyobaxela.
Absolutely, yeah. No bantu asijwayeze nje ukuthi sijwayele izinto ezirejistiwe ney'ndawo so that you can hold those people to account mangabe usuyithola unenkinga. Taking those calls, but David all the way from Turfloop in Polokwane. You are live on Yilungelo Lakho. David. I think we've just lost David. David, please try us again. I know you were holding on the line for a bit too long. But in the meantime, we're going to check out what you're saying on Facebook. Let's see those Facebook messages and see ukuthi nina nithini mayelana nohlelo lethu namhlanje lokuthi phela lento ukuthi ufuna i-payslip nama-bank statements njengoba i-High Court yaseKapa ithe akusoswe lokhu ukuthi phela kusizwe labantu abangenawo ama-bank slips nama-payslips izinto ezinjalo ezidingakalayo ngaphambi Ayanda IX Mabaso says, yes, we all need credit. Things are expensive now. VAT 15%. You can't write me off because I made a mistake once. Sicela ukukweletelwa bo. Review for who? And Pegzin Mabele says, yes, it's a good thing from a high court because you find abantu bencishwa ukukweleta ezitolo ngenxa yama bad record abawazi nokuthi awaziphi izitolo kodwa uthola ukuthi your credit record is bad ngenxa yezigebengu zezinkampani asikweletiswe nje kwaphela as long as bezokwazi ngihlala kuphi and ngisebenzaphi it's good. Do you think that's enough? But let's
ngarata gore batho ba rena ba santse ba tsebe gore ge o reka ka sekoloto go na le di-institution tse re di bitsang di-credit bureaus. Di-credit bureaus ke tsona tse di recordang financial information ya batho ba rena mo nageng ka moka. Ge o tsere sekoloto o sa se patele credit bureau e tlo bontšha gore o missitse di-payments.
Absolutely.
And ge o patela gabotse e tlo bontšha gore o patela gabotse and then wa ba le credit score ye being very good ke yona e tlo go thusang gore go applyela sekoloto o kgone go se fumana.
All right. Okay, David, I understand, is back on the line. Thank you so much for rejoining us, David, all the way from Turfloop in Polokwane. Your question or umbono, please. But David, hello, David. Are you back with us? All right. I don't think David is back, but look, let's talk about other means now that I actually discussed before. I think Benteta no Putami on the line, and I was asking him about these other known ways to check affordability. Who can tell us more about that?
For the income side, I don't know what other ways can you check other than looking at a person's pay slips, financial statements, or the bank statements. And actually the bank statements will show you the inflows and the outflows out of the bank accounts. In other words, the spending patterns of the person and the pattern of income that they receive through their bank accounts. So ga ke tsebe go na le ditsela tše dingwe tše lore o ka kgona go verify income ya motho ka ntle le lo tse tharo.
All right. All right, let me take Magada on the line from Johannesburg. Magada, siyakwamukela ehlelweni umbuzo noma umbono.
Yes, akwana kunjani
siyaphila bhuti wami kunjani wena?
Ngiyaphila kahle sisimane. Ne problem manje ngifuna ibuza kusisi ke behlela phansi indingisana ne-credit bureau.
Bhuti.
Yes, manje yazi ndinento benayo project le extension date ne. So into yoqhubeka ndoni ndathengisa indlu ndaya e-project le e-Ilofe town ukuthi bangincede abantu abathi bangibhatale ba-arrange indlu nebank. So what happened now, I've done the arrangement now, I sign everything. Those people that you know, okay, within 3 days, wasn't batalela into the bank, in some areas, in the project. So after that, after 3 days, my bank, no arrangement is made by those people. My boy, after 2 months, phone, but no, phone, wasn't phone. So mashallah, after 1 week, Ngabela going off, Ngatuba movie out Lapani Elo Street. So now pain and now even with those people who forget in under credit I'm under credit in the with number debt counseling.
Oh, with debt review.
Yes, exactly, yes.
Okay, but
so man ngaza move phone but if number but 8,600 ngathi for in because nazange ngisiza next indlu yami ngiyengayibhatala ngayipay off ngithi yaba right
Yeah.
So nina seningithatha manje bathi mangibabuza bangithatha for i-paperwork yabo. It cost me 8,600 pounds.
I-paperwork ye-8,600 but magadi.
8,600 ngitshele sithi bathi ngibabhadala umali. Now what happened if I'm going anywhere nabantwana bayafunda base-Cape Town nabantwana e-university yabo.
But Makata, let's cut it short now. At the end of the day, what's happening now? How do you want us to assist you?
Give me that how can you help me? Because I'm sitting with this problem because now if I'm going anywhere to open any account, you know?
Okay, so you're not even able to open any credit at this stage because of this unresolved issue?
Exactly, because my name, they show that I'm under them, which they never help me with anything. So I need
Makata, I hope you have all the documents when you were doing all the signing, but we'll take Ilokuzana Sizokpendula shortly after this break. We have a put. Just stay on. Welcome back. Mbukele ukhumbule ukuthi ukuzwakalisa umbono wakho usungasishayela ucingo ingcingo ivuliwe 0117146918 or 7146919 ungasithola ku Facebook or Twitter. Sixoxa ke ngokuthi le nto ke erulwe eHigh Court yase Cape Town ukuthi lento ukuthi mhlambe mangabe uyovula isikweletu bakufuna iPay slip ama bank statements wena awunayo nalo contract emsebenzini awuna bank statements kuyi ruling echaza ukuthini kuwena ngabe izokisa phambili or izosisa emuva thina njengabathengi. Mr. Chabalala from Free State is holding on the line. Nsizwa sekwamukela umbuzo noma umbono.
Molweni sisi.
Molo bot.
I-credit rate that check on yothenga imoto bendiqala uthenga imoto ku-Westbank. Ngoku ndatshintsha i-account zami ngoku abakwazi utsala yabona imali.
Yeah.
Ngoku kwenze ukuthi ndabafowunela ndathi imali engahlolwa ukuthi ndicela ukuthi ngoMarch nisale yonke imali kunye ne-interest because ndanengxaki yokutshintsha i-account.
Okay.
Ngoku bavuma in the middle of the March ndabona abantu besemsebenzini bathi bazothatha imoto okanye ngibhadala loo mali ngoku. Ndithethe ndicela nisale ngoMarch xa ndifumana imali. Bala andazi ukuthi xa senza njalo into eyanzima ukuthi bangakwazi ukuthi banilinde every bafowunele.
All right. Okay. Siyabonga ke bhuti wami. Let's start with uMagada Salem. I know that it's not necessarily ilokhuzana yanamhlanje that we're talking about, but you wanted to give him quick advice there.
Kubalekile into yokuba qho xa une-debt counselor odila nayo ingakhange ukuncede. That's why again kukho abantu ekuthiwa yi-National Credit Regulator. Ngoba zonke i-credit providers, zonke i-debt counselors ziregistarishwe kubo. So xa unengxaki wena whereby ngoku nale flag unayo apha kwi-record yakho but ke ngoku lo mntu lona akasakuncedi ngale ndlela bekumele uba ukunceda ngayo ngokomthetho kulapho ufaka isikhalazo khona bangenelele khona bakwazi ukuthi bakuncede. Ubhuti lo ugqiba uthetha apha into ebalulekileyo into yokuba qho xa kukho into okufuna uyenza noba i-arrangement enjani na ofuna uyenza nomthengisi okanye nebhanka ibhale phansi.
Yes.
Bhala phansi ubathumela incwadi kwenzele ngomso kungazothiwa hayi khange uthethe nathi ube usithi wena ndithethile nani. Okwesibini xa uzawuxuthelwa into kufuneka ithathwe ngubani? Ngusheriff. Kanti xa inguye oye ngaphambili wathi nansi impazamo ndiyayibona yenzekile therefore ndizama ukuyilungisa ayikho ke imvume okanye isizathu sokuba bafike bayoxutha.
But let's go back to ilokhuzana, our topic. It looks like abantu basisa lena manje, and I really want us to go back to the crunch of it debate here. This National Credit Act is apparently 13 years old, and apparently it is about time that those amendments are made. Now, ijaji ithethe ngokuba a certain segment that is dealing with, of course, our pay slips and our bank statements is the one that should be amended. But what do you think about that? Shouldn't it be time it be relooked holistically?
We have actually done that about 4 years ago, starting in 2013. And these amendments, which included affordability assessment regulations, came into effect in 2015. And it was because of a broader review of the National Credit Act to look at ways, the weaknesses regarding the ways in which affordability assessments were conducted.
Yeah.
And what we found was incomes were not being verified.
Okay.
People were just being lent money on the basis of, the verbal guarantees that are given by customers.
On an
that
honesty
I earn
basis.
so much, my expenses are so much. And what you found was that they would over-declare the income, say that we earn more than what they actually earn. And on the expense side, they will disclose less expenses.
Okay.
That's why you
so
find
that they get approved for
they
the
get
loan.
approved. But when they apply for debt review, what you find is their living expenses now are actually 3 times more than they were when they applied for credit.
Okay.
So that's why with these regulations, we became very strict that the income has to be verified. And we've even provided guidance in the regulation as to how you must look at the living expenses of consumers according to their income groups.
You know, I want to know after the break, Babule, why is it just these retail stores that are actually going after you? Because I understand it was just 3 of them. Butsipo from Clermont, I'm going to take you after the break. Mbugeli, let's quickly take our final ad break, and then I'll come back and take Usipo all the way from Clermont. Sipo, ungayindawo lapho eCumbini. Welcome back to our final segment. Mbukele thi ngisheshe nje ngingaloke ngipholisa amaseko. Butsipo all the way from Clermont. Umfana wangakithi siyakwamukela ohlelweni umbuzo noma umbono. Butsipho ngicela wehlisa iTV yakho Nsizwa, sengiyazizwa lapha kumabona kude wakho kunjani?
Okay, siyaphila njani?
Siyaphila Nsizwa, qhubeka ngombuzo noma umbono.
Bengibuza la ilokhuzana ngabona khona la kulokhuzana wasilungiseni. Ngabona ilokhuzana la kwathiwa after noma isikweleti after u5 years siyabona.
Okay.
Kusho ukuthi mina kukwenza kanje ngangena ku-administration.
Yebo baba.
Ngasambe ikweleti, right?
Yebo.
Kusho ukuthi ngakhoka ngasuke ngagula. Uthe ngo-2013 ngagula impela ngagula unyaka wonke.
Okay.
Kusho ukuthi emsebenzini bangikhipha-ke bangikhipha ku-system.
Okay, so ubungakhokhi ngalesikhathi ugula baba?
Bengingakhokhi.
Okay.
Bangikhipha kumalokhuzana base bangibuyisela kumalokhuzana kulabo abagula kuthiwa laba abagula ngakula u-insurance.
Okay.
Ngakwazi ukukhokha.
Okay.
Bengicela ukubuza ukuthi mhlambe nawo lokhuza la. Ngathi ngibona lapha kwathiwa-ke laba abade belokhuzana after 5 years isikole siyabona.
Okay. Kusebenza kanjani? Okay. All right. Siyabonga kakhulu Butsipho. Well, I think he's talking about the debt prescription, Salim.
Okay. So indlela prescription esebenza ngakhona uma kudlula u3 years ungazange usikhokhele isikweletu. Bengazange bathathe legal action or bakuse court. Exactly. Nawe ungazange usivume lesi sikweletu. Then emva ko 3 years siyabola lesi sikweletu lesi.
Okay.
But kule case bayile court. Bayile court. Kude administration order. Kusho ukuthi iprocess bayilandele. Therefore le prescription lena I apply. Kunezinye izinto ke esikhuluma ngazo ama credit life insurance kanjalo kanjalo.
Besetha ngayo
the other week. But indaba ye prescription lana ayisebenzi number 1 ukuthi unyaka, but number 2 ebekhokhela and also bayile court for administration order. So lapho ke I apply.
Yo Butsipho ngenkinga nje ngebhadi Nsizwa, unfortunately you're going to have to ukuthi uqhubeke ngokukhokha leso sikweletu. All right, let's quickly look at your Facebook messages before sihamba. Uvusi Makhonjo uthi this will be the beginning of the end for financial institutions. Borrowing responsibly is very vital. You can't borrow someone who you see is at risk or cannot afford to pay back. Credit checks must be done to avoid the abuse of lending rights. We agree with you, Vusi. Siyabonga kakhulu. Gift Wale Primatic says no people will end up making lots of debts that are over what they can afford. So let's look at this, Babule Seba. I mean, the pros and cons of le ruling. Does it have any pros in your view as Ilokhuzana regulator?
We believe that the judgment is a setback for the protection of consumers and the sustainability of the credit market. Actually, for the window where we have no regulation on income verification, it will promote massive reckless lending and borrowing that will eventually lead to the over-indebtedness of many consumers.
Mr. Lisiba, it says, I was reading your statement, it says the NCR is considering on Uguti by appeal le ruling. So what does that mean? Are you really going to challenge the ruling?
We were obviously obtaining legal advice from the lawyers who represented us.
Okay.
And their view currently is that we can appeal the judgment.
All right. Well, Salem, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Babule Siba siyabonga kakhulu nsizwe, and good luck with that appeal. Hayi ke mbukeli, sesifikele emaphethelweni ohlelo lethu namhlanje. Let me thank my studio guests for their valuable time. Namhlanje bakithi iholide bazile la e-studio on a live show. Ngiphinde ngibonge nani nithathile ingcingo nasifonela. Thank you so much. Do join us again next week Monday for another live consumer affairs discussion. Ikhona futhi impindalo luhlelo njalo ngolesine la ku SABC 1 Mzansi for sure kusukela ngo-10 ebusuku kuya ku-11. From you, Alisha Ntombi Yakajale and the whole team, nisale kahle. Enjoy the rest of your Easter break.
Yilungelo Lakho.